Meet the high school quarterback who chose Princeton over Alabama. It wasn't so much a light bulb moment that drew Brevin White, a four-star prostyle quarterback from Northern California, to one of college football's more unconventional paths. It was a long, twisting junior year. College coaches fawned over him in phone calls and during campus visits, then snapped up other recruits competing for the same roster spot. He watched his older brother, Brady, the quarterback at Arizona State, break his foot in 2 places. He transferred to his 3rd high school in 3 years. All of that makes a high schooler think, White said. As you get older, dreams change, things evolve, he told the Post in a phone interview. Scholarship offers rolled in from schools in the Pac-12, SEC and Big Ten. And then Sean Gleason, the offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach at Princeton, called. "Just think about us," Gleason told White, and he did. Josh McDaniels stays with Patriots after changing his mind about becoming Colts head coach. He contemplated what an Ivy League degree meant in the long run, what the connection to Princeton alumni groups meant, if all that mattered more than running through a tunnel to the screams of tens of thousands of fans and the chance to play major conference football. "I came to a realization of what I wanted in a university and redefined success for myself," said White, who threw for 54 touchdowns and 3,931 yards his senior season. "My junior year was a big year for me to grow up and be a man, not be the typical high school student-athlete who is just pursuing football for the next 4 years." He had already developed an abiding interest in finance. He graduated high school a semester early and interns 3 days a week for Morgan Stanley, and saw the sacrifices that athletes make when football becomes their livelihood. After Princeton, he wouldn't have to make those same sacrifices, he thought. He'd be a student-athlete, in the truest sense of the word. He visited campus in early July and barely had enough time to take the whole thing in. It didn't matter. He loved it. He verbally committed later that month, on his birthday, and told every coach who tried to pry him away, "Thanks, but no thanks." And then Alabama called. "It's freaking Alabama football. It's Nick Saban," White said. "I treated it a little different. There's nothing like Friday, a coach, a QB, a community and a state championship run." He called Gleason and told him he was considering the Crimson Tide, and visited campus in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, in late January. He met with Saban in his office, then the Tide's offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach, then one of the university's deans. His host on the visit was the hero of this year's national championship game, true freshman quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. When White got back to California, he took a week to consider both schools. Then he called the Tide's coaching staff. "Thanks, but no thanks," he told them. He stuck with Princeton, and he hopes other high school recruits will consider Ivy League schools, too. "I really hope student-athletes around the country visualize what they want in college," he said. "The Ivy League isn't the worst route to take. Between the education and the competition, it's one of the most beneficial. Read more, in NFL playoffs and college bowls. It's the year of the Hawaiian quarterback in America." The Baylor scandal hasn't kept Kendall Briles from the recruiting trail on Texas National Signing Day 2018, running list of where top D.C. area play.